Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. So today I'm going to be attempting to make a giant puff that was inspired by the Crunch Brothers. Adore them so very, very much. But we can take our leftover rice paper, dip them in water, stick them together, cut them, and then use our air fryer to make puffed snacks. So who knew that you could make all these wonderful things out of rice paper besides beautiful, delicious, fresh spring rolls? I've attempted a rice paper flour, which was incredible. It puffed up looking like some kind of chrysanthemum. I've made fried chicken nuggets instantly using these. There are snack treats that you can make with these. All kinds of great things made out of this very versatile ingredient. So let's go ahead and see if we can create a giant puff using our extra rice paper. Now, I've been doing this long enough to know oftentimes when they show you something seemingly very simple, it is often very challenging to get the finished result. So I'm going to try to do this as close to what I saw in the video as possible. So we've got two of these. Now we're going to dip them in water to moisten. And we don't need them to be too wet, from my understanding. So get the excess off. Now this material is pretty incredible. First, they're very, very hard and crispy, but once they absorb the water, they get very, very supple and they turn translucent. So the pattern here is the basket, the bamboo basket that they're kind of dried on. So here's our second sheet. Now we're going to place it directly on top of the other sheet and press. And it gets sticky and immediately sticks to the second one. Now this is going to create a little pocket once it heats, I think. The steam, I imagine, is what's going to puff this up. That little bit of water we trapped in there. We don't want it sticking to the board, so I'm using a little bit of water on my fingers to kind of smooth it out because we want this to be a nice, tight seal, I believe. Trying to get the bubbles out. This wasn't explained in the videos. This is just the common sense that I'm using. So if I see any bubbles, try to press them out and adhere these two together. Now, here's a key part of this recipe. So here's the two sheets stuck together, right? Now we're going to take a sharp knife and we're going to cut around the perimeter, and that will seal the edges of the rice paper together. And I think this is pretty essential, because I think it just is, to get the puffing action to work. You have to cut. You could probably use a pizza cutter, I guess. So I'm just cutting around the edges, and that will pinch the two halves together. I want this to be round, but it doesn't have to be. You could make it square if you wanted to. Oh yeah, this is the way to go. Use the tip of the knife, just kind of drag it through. Okay, very cool. I've seen people make noodles out of this too, and instant tteokbokki as well, Korean rice cakes, by rolling them up, all kinds of wonderful things. Okay, now we have this really flexible sheet. I'm going to place it on my air fryer rack like that. Now I'm going to place this in the air fryer. I saw different temperatures, 375, 450. Let's kind of divide that and do 425, 400. Let's see what happens. Okay, slide this in. That's air fry. Air fry select. Let's do 400. Alrighty, it's quite loud. Let's see what happens. I'll turn on the light. So far, nothing. Oh, wait. It looks like it's steaming a little bit. Oh yes, something's happening. Can you see that? Yes, yes, you're growing. Oh my gosh, can you see this unfurling? It is happening. Just puff all the way. Will you please? Yes, 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 yes. Get my mitt out. Yes, this is looking so good. Okay, keep going all the way, darling. Yes, you're almost there. It looks like a jellyfish. Oh my gosh, that looks so awesome. Yo, that looks so good. Yeah. Eating. Oh man, it deflated. It popped right on this edge. Curses! But it totally worked until it didn't. So let's try it again. It's not crisp enough. It has to be really crispy. So, I hear ya. So loud. All right. Let's try that again. So I think what's really important is to make sure that there's no cracks on the perimeter of your rice paper, because that can often happen, but we don't want any cracking. Okay, one sheet, second sheet, and dry it off a little bit so it's not too wet. Right? One layer, what is that? Get off. Okay, add the second layer on top, line it up, and press out the bubbles. I don't know how important that is actually. I made that up, but it just seems like you would want there to be no bubbles. Peel it up, press on this side. I'll use a little bit of water to give me some smoothing ability. So that's where we're at. It's almost completely transparent, right? Now we're gonna take our knife and just cut all the way around. You could also use an X-Acto knife or a utility knife if you have one. I think that would be great because they're sharp. All right, all the way around until we meet our starting point. Okay, and we can take this part off. Boink. Then lift this gently. Place it on our rack. Back into our air fryer at 400 degrees. Okay, it's happening. Okay, good. It's puffing, it's puffing, it's puffing. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, keep its puff. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Oh, it popped again. Oh no! See what I mean? Oh, it's so easy. And it's not, it popped. That one puffed up beautifully and then it just, too much steam. Third time's the charm, right? Okay, rubbing it to get all the air bubbles out and into a hotter oven this time, 450. Oh yeah, it's happening in even less time. Look at that, look at that, look at that. See that? Yo. Sick. Okay, it's puffing, that's good. Don't want it to pop. You want it to get golden. Sheesh, stoplight. Why doesn't it stay lit? Okay, puff, puff, puff. Stay puffy. Stay puffy, don't pop. Don't pop. It popped. What the heck? What am I doing wrong? It's just the wrong brand. It inflates and then it pops. Crunch Brothers, I don't know. I've tried this 3 times and it doesn't work. Maybe I just need to try a different type of rice paper sheet. Rice paper instead of tapioca. I don't know. I'm gonna get some more sheets and we'll try with a different brand. Until then. Alrighty, my lovelies, I'm back with 2 more brands of rice paper. I picked these up at the supermarket. And spring roll wrappers. Air fryer's ready. We have these 2 spring roll wrappers, Vietnamese. It says rice pancakes for spring rolls. And these also contain tapioca. This one contains rice flour, tapioca, water, and salt. And this one contains tapioca, rice starch, salt, and water. Well, this original one, I love the Three Ladies brand rice. That's why I bought this one. This one says it's just tapioca flour. Didn't notice that. So let's hope that the rice makes a difference. I don't know. I just want this to work. I just want it to work. So let's try this one first, because this one lists rice flour first. So let's try the Blue Dragon. So what we're gonna do is the same thing. We're going to dip them into some water. Then we're gonna rub these together so that they stick. And I have my air fryer preheating behind me at 350 degrees. So push this down so that the two halves stick. And now we take our knife and we're supposed to cut around. And that's supposed to seal the edge. Okay, so get rid of that. Use a little bit more water and press this together. Okay, so now that it has time to kind of sit a little bit, this has softened, and I'm really trying to stick the two halves together. Okay, carefully lift it up. Place it on my air fryer rack like that. Into the air fryer. Oh, we're getting some puffing. Yes. Starting to go across. Excellent. Light, you suck. Very good. We like the looks of this so far. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Very good. Don't stick to the bottom, please. Oh, light. Oh, that's not looking perfect. What is it doing? Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, meat on the other side. Let's go. Keep going. You want to succeed. Oh my gosh, what is that? Why are you sticking to that one edge? All right, at least it's not popping. We'll take that. Alrighty, my lovelies. I think we kind of had success. Here we are. Look at the puff. It's slightly golden. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but right here is golden, and we are inflated. So I definitely think this is just based off this very first attempt that the formulation of the rice paper is pretty important. This one contains rice, while my other one was all tapioca, and that made it very flexible and easy to inflate, but it popped. Well, this one did not. Look at that. It is not perfect. It is not the perfect puff, but I will try it again and see if I can get it to puff. Here we go. I'm pretty happy about that, especially after these previous attempts. Look at these sad attempts that inflated but then deflated and never turned golden and were way too firm to ever eat. Did it 3 times, all failures. And now we have this. Alrighty, lovelies, let's give it a taste. Our rice paper inflated puff. Alrighty, itadakimasu. Did you hear that? That was fantastic. Hey, it's actually tastier than I thought it was going to be. Wow. It's very, very thin and super crunchy. And it's got some salt in there. And it has a little bit of a rice snack flavor, a little bit, but significant amount of salt. I didn't realize how seasoned these are, but very pleasant and a pleasure to bite into. Look at that. Wow. It reminds me of a papadum. A lot like an Indian papadum. Isn't that delightful? How beautiful is that? Okay, It is salted, but it does need a little seasoning. So I'm going to use a little bit of this Trader Joe's umami mushroom multi-purpose umami seasoning blend. And this has a blend of ground mushrooms, salt, and white pepper, onion powder. It's pretty tasty. Let's give that a taste. It doesn't stick very well to this. Okay, let's just try it. Pretty tasty snack. Look at that. Oh, I think it should be delightful to fill up with something. Although I think it would get soggy very, very quickly because it's just so thin. Let's try it with some furikake, which is a Japanese seaweed shake that you add to rice. I'm not sure how the furikake will stick. Not that well, but let's give it a go. Here we go. That didn't stay on very well at all. It all just fell into the inside. So if we flatten it out, try it like that. That's a nice combination. The nutty sesame seeds go really well with the toasted rice paper. Pretty tasty snack. I feel like there's a lot of potential for some kind of fancy garnish with this technique, but you have to get the right kind of rice paper. So when you get these spring roll wrappers, make sure to look at the ingredients and get the one that has rice listed first rather than tapioca, or at least a combination of rice flour plus tapioca, because if you get the 100% tapioca, it will not work. At least it didn't work for me. I'm gonna attempt it one more time to see if I can get a perfect little puff, just because, I don't know, that was satisfying, but not quite. You know what I mean? Oh, Okay, close it up, let it do its thing. Had a little bit of a wrinkle folding thing, but I was able to smooth it out. Okay, we're puffing. We've got puffing action. But will it go across? All the way. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, halfway. Halfway there. Come on. Keep going, baby. Oh, is it gonna do it? Oh, I think it might. Keep going, friend. Right there. Just touch your friend. Just go. Keep going. Keep going. I think it's gonna fart. It stopped. Did it stop? I think it did. Came so close, buddy. Buddy, buddy, buddy. It looks pretty good though. Not perfect. So I think the last thing I'm gonna do is to do one that's smaller in diameter, not so big. So leave a bigger space around it. And then that will be the last one. Okay, we'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Come on. Okay, we're about a third of the way. Nice. Nice, looking good. Stretching, inflating. That side's looking plump. All right, good. More than halfway, yes. This little edge is doing it too, good. Oh, no, it stopped. So this one was the worst one. Well, that theory didn't work. All right, lovelies, I thought doing a smaller diameter was the ticket. It's not. Still didn't bubble up all the way. This one was my most successful one. It was not perfect. I wanted the whole thing to bubble up perfectly, but it didn't. So I think this is the closest I'm going to get. Done 6 attempts, and this is the best one. But at least I got to taste it. At least it crunched up. Some finely ground white pepper in there. It's going into my airways. I feel like there's a lot of potential for garnishing with this technique. I don't know, filled with something. I think it would be something really fun, or just something for your guests to pop and break and to bite into. Pretty delightful. But have not perfected the puff The next thing I would try would be turning this up to 400 degrees, even hotter temperature to get a quicker surge. I don't know. I'll try that one more time off camera, and if I'm successful, then I will show you the finished product. Lovelies, I got it. It worked. It totally worked. 400 degrees, and it puffed and it puffed, and then baby is looking perfect. She's getting her golden little tan right now, and she's gonna be all crispy and gorgeous. So for me, Blue Dragon brand, 400 degrees on my air fryer, cut the same diameter, 1 inch from the edge, all the way around, and we got this little alien UFO thing going on. So great! Yes! There she is! She's perfect. Look, boom! All the way around. Yeah. Alrighty, so now I finally found the formulation to work for me, but I've got a feeling it's probably going to be a little bit different for you as well, because your air fryer might be a little bit different, your rice paper formulation might be a little bit different. So after making 7 of these and having the last one work out, these are the conclusions. You have to have some kind of rice flour in the formulation of your rice paper, and try baking it at a pretty hot temperature. I did 400 degrees. And when I say bake, I mean air fry. Also, having an air fryer that has a window is also really helpful, so you can see it inflate, which is really, really fun, but also to know when it's done. I think you could also do this in an air fryer with a basket, but it'll be trickier to figure out the cooking times and whether or not it has fully inflated or not. So, very happy about that. Boom! All right, my lovelies. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye! I cannot wait to share these with my kids and to have them bite into it. Look, it's so beautiful. Yes! I love it when a plan comes together.